like to show you some of the stones that we collected yesterday at the beach. And I really like to look at stones, and I think it's pretty cool that you can look at the stones and interpret them however you want to. And I do have quite a lot of them. For instance, this one. I think it's pretty beautiful. It has kind of a pimple here, but it has these rings that almost look like a tree, like the branches of a tree that show how old the tree is. And I also find that if you put a stone in the water, it oftentimes looks very different and it starts to glow. So yeah, I think this one is pretty cool. I think I found this one. Then there's this one. It's almost too big. It's kind of on this side it could almost be a piece of meat. And I like the brown chunks here on it. And I also like the white parts. Almost looks like clouds. And if you turn it around, it also has some nice gray features on it. It has these brown bumps, and I think that the colors do go well together. Probably you're not going to find the stone to be too spectacular, but I think it's pretty nice. I think it's special, and the different color sprinklers do make it unique. What else do we have? This one. It has an interesting color pattern, almost like a planet, like Saturn. Is that, or is it Mercury? I think it is Saturn or Jupiter, which has a similar color pattern. It's white and reddish. It has an interesting spot here. And I think, yeah, it's pretty beautiful. All stones are beautiful, you could say. Here's another one. It's pretty boring, but I like it. I chose this one because it kind of looks like an egg. It perfectly fits in your hand. looks like an egg where a dragon might come out. Or maybe it's the Philosopher's Stone from Harry Potter. Or maybe it's the stone from The Fifth Element, which Bruce Willis retrieves from the opera singer from her belly when she dies. I honestly, I like the form of it. Alright. Also, we have this stone, which my girlfriend really likes, because apparently it glows in the water. Kind of doesn't work, but it's true that the color does kind of change when you put it in the water, and it has a very interesting marking here. It's almost like a magical stone, and when you see it in the water, it's very light, but when you take it out, it becomes very dark. Can you see that? It's pretty interesting. Here again, it's almost white, but when you take it out, it's pretty dark. I think it's true, it's a beautiful stone. It has orange in it. It has white in it. It has these green, black markings, almost like scars. Almost like an ancient stone that has a lot of history in it. We have some more stones. This one looks green, but also in the water it looks much different. This one almost looks like a piece of a glass, but it's not. It's a very thin stone. I think it's pretty interesting. Also from the structure. I hope you can see that. I think it's quite beautiful. This one looks a bit boring, but if you put it in the water, it looks greenish and pretty interesting and magical. This one also has some. It looks almost black like this, but if you put it in the water, it almost glows in green. huge stone. It's way too big, but I think it's really beautiful. You can see there is some small holes in it. The color pattern is almost, yeah, it looks like a shell of a turtle or something, or like a mask. It has different stains of green, blue, and white. My girlfriend wants to bring this one home. I have no idea how this is gonna work because we have a limit to the luggage. We can transport, I think, 15 kilos or something. So I wonder if this is gonna work, but I think it would look nice on our balcony or something. Maybe I have to take it in my hand luggage. Okay. We have this kind of smaller version. It has a similar structure as the previous one. It's also blue and white with a very nice structure. So as you might see, we generally prefer stones that look interesting and that look different. To some of you it might be ugly, but we like it this way. This one is interesting as well. It looks like, how do you call it, an ace. Karo, we call it in German. If you put it in water, it looks quite dark. It's basically, it was a bigger stone once, but it was cut off clean. And I think the form of it is very appealing. It looks very, very clean. It's a very solid and strong and heavy stone. And it could almost be from like the part of the back of a big whale or something, like a fossil. It probably isn't, but I'd like to imagine it is. I think it's a nice one as well. So what else do we have? So I put a few more inside of the bowl now. So this one is pure white. It's almost glowing. And I think this one, my girlfriend was holding it in her hand because she believes that stones can give you energy. And I like to believe that this is true. I think it can be a good luck stone. I think it's pretty nice. It could almost be used for a bracelet. Is that the right word? To wear around your neck. Necklace. Necklace is the right word. this one. It's actually a bit ugly. It has these black dots on it, or blue dots on it. And it has some very strange marks on it. But I think the form of it is quite appealing. It's almost like the tip of an arrow. And I think it's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. We have this small one, which doesn't look too special, but I think it's interesting. It has a few whitish marks, it has some red marks. It looks like a small magic bean or something. I think it's pretty cool. We might be able to take it with us because it's not too heavy. And yeah, it's a pretty cool small stone. This one is actually one of my favorite. Basically, it's almost like also a bean. It has almost the same size as a bean, but the structure is just crazy. It has white in it, it has transparent color, if that's a color. It has blue in it, it has orange in it. All of it is really beautiful, and the texture is just so irregular that it looks like, I think the color scheme kind of looks like the armor from Morrowind called Ebenerzrüstung in German. I think the translation was some ivory. I don't exactly remember, but yeah. This one is cool. Then we have this one. It actually has some silver in it. I hope you can see it. It's pretty interesting. So there's almost some glimpses of silver and gold in it. It's pretty beautiful. Other than that, it's white here. And the other colors aren't that special, but this one, I think it's pretty cool. I hope you can see it glowing. Alright. So this one is pretty cool as well. There's actually a hole in it. And I think the colors are a bit ugly, you could say. It's like a whitish with a stint of orange and yellow, but still the stone has something special about it. It's almost like it's part of a skeleton or something, and it could be the face. I think it's pretty cool. Okay. Then we have this one. I think I picked this one because it looks like a caramel kind of candy, and I like this kind of candy. It has a pretty even coloring. It's almost like gold caramel color. of it is a bit special as well. But yeah. This one is pretty round, it's like a bean. It's also like a piece of candy. I tried to look for a really round stone, but I didn't find one, unfortunately. So yeah. What else do we have? We have this stone, which also has these marks. I'm gonna put it in here in the water. It has marks similar to a planet. I think this is very beautiful. It has these rings almost like the rings of a tree again. And I think the color scheme of gray and white and bluish gray really goes well together. I think it's a nice stone altogether. I kind of like it. What else? This one doesn't look too special, but again it has kind of a distinctive feature, kind of like marmor, like the stuff that kitchens are made out of. I think it's a very hard stone, it's very durable, and the color scheme is very nice. Gray, green and white. Some of you might like it. We also have this stone, which is very nice shape. It's almost like a dragon's egg again. Or probably not a dragon's egg, but like a large snake's egg or something. It's very heavy. You could throw it in a window and destroy it. Hopefully you wouldn't do that. But there's actually some small dots on it, which I kind of like. It's like a galaxy or something. It's like if you look in the sky and you see all the stars in it, which you probably don't see right now because it's taken out of the water, but I like it. Okay, here's another one, which is special. It almost looks like a dirty potato or something, but it's very special. The color is almost like mustard yellow, and yeah, I think it's a cool one. I like it. It has like parts blue, green in it. There's this orange. Then there's this white in it. I think it's pretty interesting, very powerful stone. I think it just fits in my large hand. How would you like this one? I think it's beautiful. I think it's definitely a good one. And I think I found this one as well. I don't know if you like stones at all. Otherwise you might find this a bit boring. We have more. We have this one. mesmerizing. This one is cool, I like it. It has this weird dot in it. It could be like a cell, a human cell or something. How'd you like it? I think it's cool. And there's this one, it's pretty flat. The form of it is pretty cool, and also, if you look at it, I think the reflections are pretty cool. But, yeah. Then there's this one which also has an interesting color pattern. Different tones of brown and other colors as well. Oh, you like this one? Not so bad, right? Then there's this one, which has interesting patterns on it as well. It had this reddish tone, kind of similar to this one, but more of an interesting structure. It has this kind of not so nice dark part, but who says what's nice and what isn't nice? I think all of these stones have something very special about them, and you just have to acknowledge what it is. Stone collection is almost complete. I think these are some of the keystones. We have the small hat as well, which isn't a stone, it's a shell from the beach. And there's actually two others which I would like to show to you. This one, it's quite special. It's almost a golden stone. If you look at the structure on it, it's kind of wrinkly and there's a lot of holes in it, but it could be like an entire planet almost. It's very distinctive and I like it. It's kind of like a piece of gold, which isn't gold, but for some reason it could also kind of be like in Lord of the Rings, the one evil Uruk-hai or orc in the Battle of, I think, Minas Tirith kind of looks like this. I'm just kidding. Then there's this one also. I think it's probably also one of the favorites because it similarly has these spots that look a bit rough and primal, but I think they're beautiful. I think that's a beautiful stone as well. So yeah. Then there's this one which probably has an interesting color scheme, but to some of you might not be that interesting, so yeah. I think holding stones and looking what sounds they make is pretty cool. And also pretty interesting. Which ones do I want to take? These two. I don't want to have two big stones. Actually, I just have people watching me. It's pretty interesting. But Or do you not like stones so much? So fine. Do you have any favorite? I think I really like the big one. That's a crazy stone. I mean, it's large and chunky, but it's just very powerful, and I don't know why. It's almost like the breastplate of an armor, or like a very heavy shield, like Havel's armor.